is the time, and this is the program. I'm so excited to be a part of the Swiss Gold Global opportunity that everywhere I look, I know I can help anyone, anywhere, at any time. And that's the mindset that I have. And I'm going to encourage anybody who's listening, have that mindset that you have something that you don't have to convince people about. You don't have to, try to get them to, twist their arm to do it. No lotions and potions and buckets of lotions. No pills, no deals, all these other things. We have the greatest tools of wealth creation. We like to call it the trinity of wealth creation: gold, silver, and cryptocurrency. And so with that, not only you become wealthy, but you'll help other people become wealthy. And that's why everybody's doing what they do, because they want that freedom. And so as we listen to what Claudia has to say and what she has to share, she already has the proven results. She already knows she's making it happen. And I'm just so happy that she's willing to share those secrets and tools and techniques with all of us, that we too can share in that same success that she shares in. Remember, success leaves clues. So just find out what successful people have done and what they are doing, and just emulate, duplicate, and we'll see the same thing. And that's my prayer, that's our passion, that we can do just that. So one day we all can be platinum ambassadors, taking this company to the status of billion-dollar operations all around the world, because we're helping a lot of people become financially free. So thank you, Claudia, for this time. Everybody, get your pens and your papers out. Listen, hang on to every word you're about to learn. I'm telling you.
So God bless you all. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Blue. It was really, really great, powerful. I mean, as I always say, I can never speak so well as you can. So I'm really, really grateful. But, that's always a wonderful lesson, because you don't have to be the best in that sense, but you have to look at for people, for leaders in your organization, in your team, who can actually be that people. And so Dr. Blue speaks 1,000 times better than me, of course. I mean, he's a preacher, so he can preach, but he also preaches what he actually, so he walks his talk, so to say. But let me see if we're on the hour now. Yes, we're on the hour now. So welcome to all of you listeners here today on your Getting Started Right training. Now, some of you may be already a little bit longer in the business, and some of you are brand new. So I really welcome everybody on to this training. Now, we really just want to go do an overview. So this is only going to be a half hour overview. That's it. I'm going to show you a little bit about the back office, and then I'm going to, of course, give you some insights, and then we, of course, will do on a weekly basis further trainings for you, as well as I will show you where you can find all those trainings that you actually have to go through eventually, because, yes, success leaves clue, and I haven't gone to the place where I am if I wouldn't have, studied it, if I wouldn't have really studied my business inside out, if I wouldn't have studied the industry in the industry in which we are in, and if I wouldn't have studied and emulate successful leaders in our industry. So that's really the point which I want to convey you. And when you go about your business, you are creating your business. You are creating your business, okay? You are helping, of course, we are all growing in this business together, but you are creating your business. This is your own business, and you take responsibility of your own business. But yet you are building a team, and we set the culture of the team. And that culture we set manifests itself either in a positive or in a negative way, but it definitely manifests in some way. That is absolutely true. So our success system guidelines overview, basically, when you follow that, I can promise you, I actually can guarantee you, when you do the things you're supposed to do, that you are going to be successful. Now, the 4 phases in our business, in our system is, well, first of all, you've got to get prepared. You've got to know your why. What is it what drives you? What is it what motivates you? Okay. For me, well, I go, of course, sometime way back now. I wanted to travel. I wanted to see the world. I really wanted to experience the world. I wanted to go to all those beautiful places. That is why I, of course, myself originally escaped East Germany when I was a 15-year-old girl with my mom and my sister. Why? Because we did live behind the Iron Curtain, and I wanted to have that freedom. So there was no place for me to get it, so I had to look outside the box and to do something and do action. And so this was, well, of course, my why. Now, of course, later on, once achieved basically that why, of course, that why changed a little bit, and there were other things very important for me. But whatever your why is, be it giving your children a better education, because you want to get them into a better college, which does cost money. If it is driving a better car, if it is having a more beautiful home, whatever this is, if your why does not make you cry, and I say it like that, if your why does not make you cry, you probably most likely are facing a lot of challenges or even going to quit. So you got to find a deep and deep why. You may not get it in the beginning, so this is my gonna develop, because as your personal grow, because we are in a personal growth business, as your personal grow, you know, you start to ponder on questions, and you and that will then grow. So you may have not got it in the beginning. Once you join, maybe this why is really just the car, but that later on will develop into something else. Okay. But then, of course, you need to understand numbers. You need to understand, well, how do I make money? How do I earn money? Okay, and I'm going to touch on that as well. You've got to understand leverage. And because this business is all about leverage and, of course, the speed of your growth. So you learn, understand numbers, and then you can actually see, well, is my business growing the way it should be, or is it stagnant, or is it actually diminishing, or is it just not really going anywhere? And based on that, of course, we will be able to help you to look, okay, well, this is probably what's missing here, the missing point. And then, of course, duplication. Everything is, of course, in our industry, it comes or boils down to duplication, the law of duplication, and your daily method operation. So those things are really important that you, when you prepare for your business, okay, when you go into business partnership, that you do understand that. Because let's face it, if you want to open a franchise, well, I mean, I don't think you would open a franchise and pay $200,000 or $300,000 for the franchise, but not having gone through a course, through a learning curve, in order to know, well, what you are selling, how to in that franchise, right? Or how you promote the product, so how do you treat customers, and how do you prepare the product whatsoever, right? So really, really important. So you need also to hear to prepare in your business. Phase 2 is, of course, overview the marketplace. What is your target market? What is your target audience? Go through the learnings in the SG Academy, the affiliate program, and, of course, the compensation plan. Now, you don't need to understand the ins and outs yet of the compensation plan, but you've got to have some clue, of course, in that. And then, of course, we, in our coming sessions, we're going to talk about, of course, inviting. So who to talk to, and the power of freeway, really how to use a freeway, meaning freeway, edifying your upline, your sponsor, somebody higher up in your line organization, and how to really do a successful freeway core. Inviting versus selling. A lot of people, they have the salesman syndrome. They don't really understand, what it means to invite somebody to take a look. And then, of course, how to have great energy. You see, you have to have a great energy in order to do this business. It's really, really important, the energy. Why? Because when you have the right energy to do this business, well, then everything goes easier. If you're doubtful, if you're scared, if you, I don't know if people would look into it, well, that's exactly what you're going to attract. Absolutely, that's what you're going to attract. So prospecting tools, what tools do you have at hand? I mean, before you start your business, you should know, well, what tools do I actually have? Okay, where do I find that tools? How do I get hold of those tools? And of course, talk less and listen more. And then, of course, third-party questions, follow up, and prosper. The fourth part of our in our training sessions is presenting. The keys are the 3 keys to successful presentations. Well, I could do that. Very, very simple. I could do that because when you make it simple, then the person can see, well, yeah, I could do that. I could pass out this link. I could pass out this presentation, I could pass out this webinar, and so on. Yeah, I could do that. So, but of course they need to know what to pass out, obviously. Then handling questions and objections, asking for actions, follow up, and getting someone started. So those are really the four phases, of course, in which we're going to cover in this training sessions. Okay. Now today is the getting started right, so it's just the first level overview of our training course. Now the most important axiom in network marketing is not whether something works, and this is what I can repeat this over and over and over again. It's not whether something works, but whether it duplicates. You always have to ask yourself, does it duplicate? It's not what works, because I may do a certain things which work for me, but it wouldn't work for you. And so therefore, if I sponsor you, I do it that way, but I exactly know that it wouldn't work for you because you don't come from this, where I come from. Well, then I can't help you, or then I'm not helping you actually. So it's really not whether something works, but whether it duplicates. And we see so often people come into this business, they think they know it all. They think, yeah, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. And most likely they're going to fail because it may work for them, but does it actually duplicate? The difference between, of course, money games and legitimate network marketing is we don't get paid headhunter and recruiting fees or training fees, we get paid on volume. And volume comes when the product gets to the end consumer, when product moves. What is our product? Our product is gold, silver, Bitcoin, okay? And cryptocurrency, of course. How do we do that? Well, by inviting candidates to presentations, getting them to presentations, and following up in, of course, or after that presentations. And we only get paid, of course, when people join the business and buy the products. Everything else is busy work. That's the only way, or the only time we do get paid off is when people either join the business or they buy the products. Really, you need to basically ingrain that into your brain. The bonus check you receive each month has only your name on it. It doesn't have any other name on it, so it has your name on it. If you accept that, or once you accept that, you're actually ready to create success. Okay, this is absolutely so much key to those are very simple things which I just taught you, yet they're very profound. Okay, and I don't want you to take them lightly. The bonus check you receive every month has your name on, no one else. You know, so many people, they look in the wrong places for duplication, and they sometimes even wonder, does it actually exist? You know, they mistakenly, of course, they blame their sponsor, they blame their less time, they blame everything else, of course, they blame their team. But you know, that all falls to really address the real issue, namely that we set the tone of our organization and model the behavior. We have to be the model. We model the behavior. And unfortunately, of course, because of you know, basically the human nature, it seems that like 90% of the bad things get duplicated, but only about 40 to 50% of the good things do. So what we do at the top of the organization does have a huge effect on what takes place in the many levels below. That is something which I learned years and years ago, and I learned it the hard way because I did also wrong ways, and I did complain, of course, the company, the sponsor, the team, whatsoever, and most people, of course, they seem lazy and they never brought people to meetings, and you know, just wanted to wait around their own group to make them rich. And I wondered basically, you know, why they couldn't be more like me. Well, unfortunately, that was the problem. They were like me. I was the lazy one. So that was so funny, I tell you. It's just, if you're not growing, if you are not bringing in the people, if you're not moving the volume, look at yourself. What are the activities that you are doing? What are the activities that you are doing? Okay. So, but let me just now go to what I want you to, to show you very quickly here is I want you to show you just your back office, because it's so important that you actually go and in your back office and look in your back office, look around in your back office, so that you really understand where to find the things and the tools. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a 5 minutes quick overview here, and hope that is fine with you. So when you come into your back office, and so you log in, you of course see the different sections. You even have a switch where you can change to your languages: Bulgarian, English, Spanish, Romanian, and Russian. Maybe not all the functions are like perfectly like in English, but yes, they are there. So you have your business center, you have your help button. In your best business center, let's go there, you have the trainings and the resources. Okay, in the training and resources, actually, you do have your affiliate training action plan, you have online training building through social media, you have actually a complete list how to build on social media. It needs to be updated. It's a little bit, it's now around 2 years old, but still the same basics and principles which are taught in this is absolutely valuable today. Okay, so this is a whole series in there, and you have of course the Don Weiler on your live trainings, and this is probably the first thing which I would give a person is to read that book. I mean, they got to read On Your Life. Why? Because that will save you, the sponsor, a lot of time, because when they read the book On Your Life, they get a better grasp on really what our business is about. So this is here, okay? Then in your business center, you see tools. So you see actually the leads and resources, and in the leads and resources, you can actually check your leads, your reportings, and you can look at your tools. Now, there's constantly new tools added. You have here banners, banners which are uniquely programmed to you. That means whatever your affiliate link is, you can have those banners, and you can put in social medias. You have them here. You have the different images. You see here a banner for Dash, start mining now, and the Dash banners. You have all those kind of different Ethereum banners and so on. You can also have Bob Proctor, get paid to save in gold and silver, join my recommendation, want to think and grow rich, gold is the money of kings. So all those banners you do have actually for you. Then you have of course the different terms of use, policies, procedures, storage vault, refund policy, you have letter of wishes, all this stuff you do actually have here. All these business cards, roll-ups, company logos, everything you do have here in your tools. You just need to, of course, know where they are, and you need to use them. So before you go into your sponsor, can you show me where this is? Can you do this? But you can actually look yourself around all those tools, because at the end of the day, you need to know your back office. You need to know what you have, because when you start building this business, well, you need to know to teach your people and train your people where they have to look for. Okay, then you have of course your My Precious Metals. So it's your My Precious Metals. We see of course the manage your account, etc. in here. Then when you go to My Precious Metals, you also see a buying guide. In this buying guide, you can actually look at how do we set prices. If somebody asks you how do we set the prices, well, go in there, look at this, and there you go. There is the explanation for it, and you can simply copy paste that and to your prospect and say this is how we set prices. And you don't need to ask that question again to your sponsor. Saves your time. Vaulting and shipping. Well, how does the vaulting and shipping work? Well, very simple. Click here, download the document, and there you go. Read it if you like to read it. Now, those are just things which we have, so that you don't need to always go to somebody. We have them inside, but again, like, you got to know where they are. You have here My Crypto. I'm not sure if in this account My Crypto is activated here though. This is a test account which I have in here because I don't want to scare you with the money yet. So, but yeah, okay, this is here a test account. You see here. Okay, this actually already it's active, but there's no transaction history because it's just a test account. You can here purchase of course, you can purchase your Bitcoin, Dash, Litecoin, Ethereum. Okay, but we have all tutorials about that, and then you can manage your subscription. That's probably the most important button you need to know, because people always want to know how to upgrade the packages. Well, they go here, upgrade the packages, very simple. In here, and they choose the package, and then they choose how they like to pay for that package. Okay, this is just the overview about, of course, your business center. So in your business center, then you see your commissions and bonuses. Obviously, this one has, believe, none. Maybe it has. No, it has none. No commissions and bonuses in that. Then you have the team genealogy. This is where you can actually look at your team genealogy. You can look at the personal people you sponsored. You can look at the whole data viewer. You can look at your tree. You can look at your customers. Okay, so this is just the overview. Now I want to log out, and I want to show you that it's really important when you join in a new person, because everything starts with joining a new person. So you send them to your website. So this is a website, Easy Global Life. That's just a test website. If I would now send them to my website, I would put in swissgolden.com. Okay, 1 second. Sorry, I wouldn't do that. gold.swissgolden.global.com would go there. All right, go to swissgoldglobal.com. So now I'm on my website. This is my personal website. And of course, if I want to sign somebody, so I send this link out because this is my link when I join somebody. So when they go to products and pricing, and let's say they join up with a free account or whatever the account, it's very important that you always check, okay, who is the sponsor name? Who did I actually send the right link? Because, gosh, I see it so often that people send the right link. And then it's very simple to go through. Now, I know we have a lot of people now coming in from France. We have people now from the Latin world, and they all have this funny things on top of their letters. This doesn't work. So very important, those people, they don't work. Just put normal letters in there without those funny things on top, okay? Another little bit of a tip. Okay, but yeah, basically that's just it to the join up process. When you get together with your first person, so you join up the person, what you would want to do ideally, you would want to walk them quickly through. You would want to, okay, well, this is where you find that. Just what I did right now with you. I would, always suggest to do that with your new person. Now, you can also create your own YouTube tutorial. You can create a YouTube tutorial where you actually can, yourself do those little videos, maybe walk through the back office, show them stuff which you want to do that, and then you can automate more the system. You can do so as well. I mean, I suggest everybody actually creates a YouTube account. Why? Because simply if you want to build this business, you eventually got to learn social media, and you got to learn YouTube, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Those are my preferred ways, of course. Other people, they use Snapchat, they use all the other social media, but YouTube is really, really great, and you can do all once of course you learn the business. You can do your own channel and do tutorials, videos if you like. We have a lot on our channel, and also Swissgold Global has on their channel a lot of tutorial videos. So you just need to know where to find them and then use them. But I want to go over quickly over some numbers now. So I just need to find this other document which I was going to show you. If I have it here, yes, I have it here. So there are on the payments, on the psychology, really on what we do, on network marketing, on building an organization. That is not for customers. That is really on the psychology now on building a network, building a residual income. Customers are super, super important, but I'm talking now to the business owner. And I know we have customers on board here who may want to upgrade or are thinking of upgrade, which is fine. So you're going to learn that straight away, what I'm going to basically read out for you now. And you all can get this document. There are 6 ways to get to change how to get paid. So when people are asking, well, I'm starting this network marketing business or part-time, And when they ask me, well, Claudia, what do you suggest? How much hours do I need? Well, you know, there's people maybe they say, well, you can do it in 2 or 3 hours a week. You can do it in 5 hours a week. I would strongly say no. I would strongly say no. You need to take at least 12 to 15 hours for that. You know, why? Because it's going to take your time. It's going to take you time to learn everything. It's going to take you time to go through the information. It's going to take you time to learn how to invite. It's going to take you time to qualify. It's going to take you time because you're going to learn some new skills if you have never done it or have never been successful. You're going to relearn skills. Maybe if you have joined a lot of opportunities but never became successful. You may have to change something in the way you do business. And so there's six ways to change how to get paid. And you see, the biggest motivational challenge people face during their first years in network marketing, I did face them, is of course the cash flow versus actually the hours I did put in. I put a lot more hours in at the beginning versus what I did get paid. I mean, lots of hours I put in versus what I would get paid. Why? Well, because simply I needed to learn the skills. And so when I sit down with a prospect and this prospect has never done network marketing, he's joining this business, he's joining with me, which is great. But you know, he wants me to tell him, oh, you just need 2 or 3 hours, and the prospect wants to earn $2,000 or $3,000 a month. With that part-time, putting in 2, 3, maybe 5 hours a week, it's probably not going to happen. Unless that person has such a profile that he is so sought after that he can just do a couple of calls, send them a couple of recorded videos and webinars, and they just would join because they would anyway join that person because of the credibility he has. But otherwise, honestly, it's probably most likely not possible. But with that said, you can create a tremendous income beyond your wildest dreams if you do the work, if you dedicate time, if you learn the skills. And see, when you look at what I have here, this little, of course, text here. So people often get or come on board or get tracked on board by people, and they promise them they don't have to do anything. We are going to do all the work for you. It's not really the case, you know. It's not really the case because they got to do something, and they got to work on their beliefs. They got to work on, of course, their mindset. They got to work on a lot of things, depending, of course, on each individual. Everybody is, of course, different. I needed to work on all of that because I didn't have the mindset. Yes, I wanted to have the things, the beautiful travels and so on, but I didn't have the mindset. Certainly not what it means to be an entrepreneur. I didn't come from an entrepreneur family, you see, and so I didn't have that mindset. Now, and they will ask you more likely if you bring them on the wrong way, well, where's all the big money they promised? And then they cry and they quit. Why? Because they didn't take the time to understand the inner workings and the mathematics of this business model. And there's people, you know, I have seen it, they saved up everything they had, went through a horrible process of getting a mortgage, bought a rental house and declared, where's all my real estate wealth? Well, you know, basically, it's ridiculous how it works. I mean, I had another guy the other day, a person who you know, was talking to me, and he didn't really have money, and he had a little few dimes here and there left, and he wanted to put all in this, and I must strongly advise against it because he should get first and find a job. Why? Because the job will give him the tranquility that he has enough income that he can actually, his prospect, take him out to have a call, to have a coffee, and to actually do a presentation with him. If he doesn't have that, well, then how is he going to be able to do the business? Yes, you can sit behind your computer, but you know, when you don't have money, you don't have anything in your pocket, that comes through even through the phone or through the computer, I tell you that. So you got to learn how 6 things. $10,000 a month asset income from network marketing. A business, of course, carries a net value of worth of 2 million. Okay, so that means you would have to have 2 million in real estate equity to earn $10,000 in net rent a month, or 2 million in liquid dividend paying assets to earn that passive income. Okay, 2 million you need to have in the bank sitting in order to get $10,000 each and every month. Now, ask yourself, who of your friends does have that actually sitting in the bank? Maybe you have some, but most likely it will not be many. So yet when you look at it the other way, if you personally sponsor 100 business builders in 24 months, you will set in motion a dynamic of leadership, a momentum, a duplication, and a geometric growth that will result in an asset income at least of $10,000 a month. So it's a numbers game. So ask any successful network market leaders about this equation, and they likely tell you the income is twice that amount. It will take a few more years, of course, to develop, perhaps a total of 4 to 5 years. That's why we always talk about the 4-year career. And you will have to work intensely for all those years, motivating, training, supporting, and replacing people as they fall away. But I tell you, it is worth it. It is worth it. I had to rebuild my organization many, many ways, or many, many times. Why? Well, because I didn't do the things how I should do. Because I didn't know, because I had learned the wrong way or whatsoever. So you're probably going to go through that as well, and you have to do that. Yet, of course, we know winners, of course, never quit, and quitters never win. Number 3, doing free presentation. This is now really key. Doing free presentation a week, that's 3 presentations, is how you sponsor personally 100 people in 24 months. 3 presentations a week. That could be, of course, dinners, coffees, lunches. Okay? Free webinars or combination above. It doesn't have to necessarily be being outside. Really, this could be you meeting people through whatever, a Facebook group. And you're eventually getting to talk to them, and you're eventually going to send some information. Eventually, you have a call with them about whatever this is. But 3 presentations a week is how you sponsor personally 100 people in 24 months. Okay? The first week you do 3 presentations. You may not be phenomenal at all, maybe not even by the second or by the third week. But after doing 10 to 15 presentations on your income opportunity, you will be more fluid, confident, and effective and enrolling than 95% of the people in, of course, the company. Why? Because 95% of people never do practical presentations. They never do. When I started in direct sales, not in network marketing, but when I started in direct sales, selling this kitchenware, my sponsor back then, and I talked, I think, yesterday in the presentation about her, Carmen, her heart must go on because because I'm always talking about her, but she's really, really great. I must bring her on a call one day. The first presentation, she took me to that first presentation, and it was in Spanish, and I didn't speak the language, or very, very badly. But you know, Carmen, she did a great job presenting, and I watched her presenting, and then the second presentation, she took me, well, all of a sudden, out of the blue, without my preparing myself, she just said, Claudia, you do the half of the part of the presentation. I said, what? Yeah. So I just needed to read out a flip chart, which I did. And yet I did it. So she threw me into the water. Okay, she was with me. She did hold my hands, but she threw me into the water. The third presentation we went, and now, of course, she said, Claudia, you're doing everything. Well, she helped me, she corrected me, she of course was with me there, but I had basically to go for the presentation. I saw it 3 times basically. So and then of course we would so run a couple of times together, myself now bringing people, but then basically she would follow up with me the next in a month. Well, we would meet every Monday. We had team meeting, and we would look at results. We would look at what things work and how new ways to find prospects, etc. And every Monday we would do that meeting. And if you were not there, well, you're basically fired. You know, it was no obligation because, of course, you know, I worked my own business. She worked her own business, but yet it was a sort of responsibility because I was supposed to learn. And of course, if I didn't, if I wouldn't come, that meant, well, basically I'm dropping, I'm quitting. So but I didn't want to quit. And I made it a very successful career. So I really built an amazing, amazing business out of that. But why? Because I did listen and I did learn and I emulated her. And you can do the same. We do so many webinars. I basically host webinars, gosh, like 2 times a week. 2 times a week I host. You don't have to do it exactly like I do, but I host them 2 times a week. You can learn from that, and you can run your own home meeting. You can get the PowerPoint. You can run your own home meeting. You can do that yourself. You really can. You really can learn how to do that. You just need to, of course, listen to those trainings and come on board when you do that. And again, when you look at those numbers here, after 10 or 15 presentations, I can tell you, you are becoming more fluent in this opportunity, and your enrollment ratio after just a few weeks, of course, will get better and better. And of course, we're not talking about wholesale customers. We are talking about a new person a week who joins you with the full intention of building a business just like you are. 1 a week. Imagine that, 1 a week. So to get 3 people to present to, how many do you got to invite? 14. To get 3 people, okay, to present to the 3 people that come, 3 people that come to the webinar, to your Google Hangout, to your whatever. I mean, you need to basically invite 14 people. And just ask them to look. Don't ask them to, of course, use your product or join your deal. Just find out, just find out why they might want to. And what are their pain and gain issues, and then ask them to look. So often I'm talking to people and they tell me all their struggles they have, or they don't like their job, or they don't like that, or they're always in traffic, or they're always, this is so easy conversations you can have. Need to send your kid to college but can't really afford it? Well, I know exactly how you can get that done, Mary. Would it interest you enough to just take a quick look? Sure. What is it? Well, if I was going to send you a video which would talk everything about it, when would you watch it? Okay, well, how long is it? Well, it's a couple of minutes. Okay, great. Well, and watch it today. Good. And when do you think I can, follow up with you and may ask you or answer the questions you have? Very simple. So you really go through a process, which we're going on the inviting session next time. I go more deep into that. Because this is so simple. You've got to find out their why, their needs and wants, instead of, basically talking about the deal. Hey, I joined this new business and we have this product and you've got to have a look. You've got to take look. No, it's not a right way. You got to do it a professional way. That's of course what we teach you in our professional coachings. But 14 times a week, 2 a day, or 14, of course, on Saturday morning. 14 times a week. That is the number. 14 times a week. 14 times a week. Okay? 2 a day or 14 on a Saturday. The first weeks you do this, of course, you may not get free, and you may get less. You may get more. I mean, I don't know. But of course, you will be practicing. You will be learning. You will be getting comfortable. And by week 4, you will be inviting people, of course, as fluidly as you do it everything else in life, like getting up, eating breakfast, or driving to work. I remember I didn't have prospects when I lived in Spain. For that, working with this company for selling this kitchenware. So I looked for my way, and I knocked doors, and I looked everywhere. I mean, I even put myself in the big supermarkets, and this is so silly, but I really did that in the supermarkets, and I put myself a little stand up. I did ask, of course, for permission and to do so, but I put a little stand and I displayed the stuff. I did all those silly things. But hey, this attracted me a clientele, and eventually I had people calling me. I had people calling me, hey Claudia, we have a wedding, my daughter's getting married, could you come do a presentation on those products you sell? See, this is eventually it's going to get like this, but it's never going to get there if you're never going to take action, if you're never going to do it, if you're never going to launch yourself into action. Okay, and that is of course one of the disadvantages in our business, because you have such a cheap entry that okay, you can lose. Okay, what is it losing at $200 or $400 is $900? I mean, okay, it doesn't break you. Yet, of course, if it would, the entry would be like a franchise at $200,000, $300,000, I bet you would get out there and actually do something. So you got to know the numbers. At $10,000 a month, asset income is worth $2 million. 14 invites a week is 728 a year invites, and it's 1,456 over 2 years. 1,456 invites equals 300 presentation equals 100 personal sponsored business builders in the next 24 months. And just think about that, compression and momentum. Do the math. Each invite, of course, or each invite is actually worth $1,400. Each presentation is worth $6,500. Each new person who actually declares her or his intention to build is worth $20,000. So could you and would you invite 14 people a week to look at your opportunity if, of course, your company, if SGG, paid you $1,400 for each of them, but only if you hit the 14, of course, invites mark each week? That's $20,000 a week. Would you do that? I guess you would. I bet you would. So you decide whether this is hard or it's easy, or it's hard. Now you might be thinking, of course, who will I talk to? What will I say to them? What should I do if they say no? Well, we make this profession hard because we do most likely think it is hard. And because we make it hard, it becomes hard. And we don't, of course, do much to take the opportunity work. Hard becomes, of course, a self-fulfilling prophecy. But when we understand the math and how easy and fun the profession can be, we make sure so much more out of the opportunity. And often people, they say, well, but I don't, again, like the odds are against me, I don't know so many people. And you're probably right, because if you think that way, well, the first thing is you have to work on is change your mindset. Because if you come on with this mindset on board, well, this is probably the also best opportunity for it, because we are here to help you change that mindset, because we have professional coaching programs who change your mindset. You see, it's actually very, very interesting about that mindset. You see, when I back then, many years ago, of course, I had this dream. I wanted to live in a place where I could travel, where I could just travel freedomly. I could go, if I wanted to, I go to Paris tomorrow. If I wanted to, I could go to Amsterdam. If I wanted to, I could go to New York. Wow, I would see New York. Imagine New York. But I came from a place, I was born in a place where this was not possible. You see, this was not possible. And it was not possible because we had an iron curtain. Yet in my mind, I could see it because it was possible in my mind. Because I didn't let the outside circumstances, okay? The outside circumstances was, hey, there was a border. That border was full of mines, of land mines, underwater, and of course in the forest and all across the border. So, land mine, they damage you pretty much, I guess. So there was no way to escape. Yet, it didn't bother me. I knew I would make it. Because in my mind, because our mind is powerful, in my mind, I knew I would. I could see myself traveling in Paris. I could see myself being in New York. Wow. So as I did see myself there, eventually I did take the action steps. And eventually I did escape with my mom and my sister. And we are here. You see me. I'm alive. And I did that before the Iron Curtain came down. So before that, before the war came down, so I did it. I'm here. I'm alive. So everything is just, we can change our circumstances, our situations. And this is why we have to really work on our mindset. If I think, well, you know what, I don't know if this opportunity is for that person. I don't know if no. Well, probably it's not going to work. So you got to work on that attitude first. You got to work on that attitude. So what I do is, in every presentation, every time I talk to somebody, I'm always conscious about my attitude. So what is my attitude? And I'm, of course, And this is really from day one. From day one, I did believe in that message. And from day one, when Bill told me about gold and silver, when he told me money and, of course, how the dollar is losing its value, the euro, and, of course, the Deutschmark back then, and so on. Of course, I identified myself with that. I totally grasped the concept of really injustice which is happening. And because I'm anyway was a free thinker, different thinker because of what I did, I absolutely could identify with it. And that's still my passion today. So I see it as my moral obligation. If I do not share the information which we have to share, I'm doing harm to people. So yeah, people laugh at me. Yeah, people say no at me. Yes, people say, this can't be right. So what? I go next. So what? I go next. But I know I at least have done my part and I have shared a message. I have shared the vision. And, most of them, a lot of them, do actually eventually come back. So with that, we are over the hour. I'm sorry to say I always keep it too long. I have to get shorter. Next week, we are going to start and really going and digging deep. We're going to digging deep in our subjects here into why, into earn money, into understanding leverage, speed, growth, duplication, daily move, method operation, overview, marketplace, and so on. So we're going to teach on all those subjects one by one. So each week we're going to touch on a different subject. So I hope you stay plugged in. I'm making this video available on our channel in Swiss Gold Global so that you all can have access to that you can re-listen if you wish so. If you want to have my PowerPoint, just ask me, you can get it. If you want to have this amazing numbers sheet, just ask me, you can get it. And if you don't know how to reach me, then just write to support@swissgoldglobal.com. They can give it to you. Okay, so with that, I want to see if there's some more questions here coming, and otherwise I'm going to say thank you guys for being here, and it's wonderful to have you here. So let me just look if there are any questions. Okay, Veronica. Victor, Veronica, Taihan, hi, it's the boss. Dr. Thompson, wonderful. Thank you, Victor, as well. Oh, Mariana has it in Spanish. You see, we have it even in Spanish, the same document. It's wonderful. Hello, Paula. Hello, Michael. Hello, Mary. Oh, that, you see, I have to tell something here, okay? I really have to tell you something, guys. We have a lady here on the call. This is Mary. And Mary and I, we have never spoken. We have never met. But I know, and I'm watching her, what she is doing. Mary is our Bitcoin granny. Our Bitcoin granny. I believe, Mary, I don't know if I can tell your age, but you're 84. This is so wonderful. It is so wonderful. And I'm really, I'm so proud of you that, this is just, you see, this is wonderful. This opportunity is really for everybody. So, Mary, it's so great that you're actually here on this call today. Okay, thank you so much. Michael from Arizona. Oh, thank you. Hi, Michael from Arizona. Well, I'm actually often, in the past, I've been very often in Arizona. I love Arizona. I love the heat, so wonderful. Good. So we're going to really then, in our next training sessions, digging deep into details, into now, okay, so online marketing, offline marketing, all these subjects, of course, that you get a clue, that you get a grasp, what you can do, where you can improve, where you can get better. This was just a really quick overview. Okay, good. Any more questions? Gora, Dr. Helen Kennedy, hello. Erica, hello. Annette, wonderful, all you guys here. And we have a lot of people calling in with the phone, which I don't know who they are. So we see a lot of nations here, which is wonderful. So thank you all. Köszönöm to my Hungarian friends, and gracias to my Spanish friends. Okay, may you have a guest on from California. I'm the person who spoke with you. Oh, yes, with Bob Proctor. Okay, wonderful. And there is Linetta from California. I love California too. I really like California. I've been last year, I think, for a couple of months in California with my good friend Katie. That was fun. Okay. Well, great to have you guys all on here, and just really stay plugged in. And we're going to build an amazing organization with, of course, the great purpose we have here, and that is really to show people that because people got to wake up. If they are not waking up, I mean, I don't know, but they got to wake up because it's about time, you know. Thank you. Danke, Christian. Wonderful. German. Good. All right. Well, thank you, guys. Wish you a wonderful, blessed evening. Bye-bye.